Good afternoon to you. Thanks for being here on Crime News First at 4. I'm Regina On.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Handrahan. We want to get right to our top story this afternoon. Police have now identified the gunman in America's latest mass shooting. Investigators say 19-year-old Brandon Scott Hole shot and killed 8 people and wounded several others at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis overnight. Hole was a former employee there. He later took his own life, according to police.
And the gunman is also dead due to self-inflicted wounds, according to police in the area. Several other people were also injured and have been taken to the hospital. Indianapolis police say the suspect in the deadly shooting at a FedEx facility randomly started shooting.
He got out of his car and pretty quickly started some random shooting outside the facility. There was no confrontation with anyone that was there. There was no disturbance. There was no argument. He just appeared to randomly start shooting.
FedEx released a statement saying their thoughts are with all the people impacted and that the company is working with the investigative authorities. We will keep you updated on the very latest information on creme.com.
And let's get to our other big story of the day. Of course, that is the weather. Absolutely gorgeous out there all over the inland Northwest. It was a nice day to
pretty perfect, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Let's get straight to meteorologist Thomas Patrick, who's standing by in the Outdoor Weather Center tonight. And Thomas, you say we could hit 70 this weekend.
Yeah, if I could take this weather and make it even more perfect, would you even believe me?
I guess we'll see, yeah.
Yeah, well, we do have our 70s on the way. Not quite 70 just yet, but 68 right now in Spokane, making it the high so far for the day today. And there is nothing but sunshine. In fact, I took a quick 360 scan around our outdoor center. Can't even find any clouds out there for today. So that's probably the way it's going to stay for the rest of the afternoon hours. And if you're in the 70s already, well, it's great already, and everybody's going to follow suit come tomorrow. A little bit less windy today than it was yesterday. Only a few areas even having gusts above 20 miles per hour, but most other areas reporting more calm winds for this Friday afternoon. And let's just widen things out. Let's see how far we have to widen out the picture on Doppler radar to even find any cloud cover. Probably a couple hundred miles away from Spokane. We're just right in the sweet spot in the Pacific Northwest for some beautiful weather. Not just today, but through the weekend. A lot of people are going to be doing their Bloomsday training outdoors for this weekend since it is going to be just so nice. Sunshine pretty much wall-to-wall both Saturday and Sunday. Just look for Sunday afternoon to start getting a little bit more windy outside. That ahead of our next weather system. Probably won't drop a whole lot of rain, but I'll show you when the winds do start to increase and how much rain we may be able to squeeze out before the weekend is through. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Looking forward to that, Thomas. Thank you very much. Meantime, a teenage girl is recovering tonight at Sacred Heart after being hit by a semi-truck last night. Here's what we know. The incident happened in Colton, Washington. Whitman County Sheriff's deputies say the girl ran away from home and was then hit by that semi-truck on State Route 195. The girl was seriously hurt. Washington State Patrol will investigate the crash, they say. Earlier today, a Bonners Ferryman faced a judge for the first time on first-degree murder charges. 55-year-old Victor Klaus is accused of shooting 45-year-old Melissa Schlow while she was driving the pair in a pickup truck northbound Highway 95 near Athol. That then caused her to lose control and then cross the center line before sideswiping a motorcycle. She also hit another vehicle, causing both of them to roll. The woman driving that vehicle, Schlow hit, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Klaus is currently in the Kootenai County Jail on $1 million bond.
Well, the jury in Daryl Shovin's murder trial are on track to begin deliberating next week with closing arguments set for Monday. The former Minneapolis police officer charged with murdering George Floyd chose not to take the stand in his own defense. After closing arguments, the jury will be sequestered for as long as it deliberates.
How much do I pack? If I were you, I would plan for long and hope for short. Basically, it's up to the jury how long you deliberate, how long you need to come to a unanimous decision on any count.
And a few miles north in Brooklyn Center, protests in the wake of Daunte Wright's death continued for a 5th straight day. Kim Potter, who allegedly mistook her taser for her gun during the fatal traffic stop, went before a judge for the first time on Thursday via Zoom. The former officer is charged with second-degree manslaughter and faces a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison if convicted. Potter was ordered back in court next month.
Anyone in the state of Washington 16 years old and older now eligible to get the COVID vaccine. However, supply is still moving at a slow pace. With the most recent eligibility expansion, an additional 1.5 million people became eligible in Washington state. but just because you're eligible doesn't mean there is a shot waiting for you. So the Department of Health released this breakdown of vaccine shipments coming into the state over the next few weeks. As you can see, the rollout is slowly increasing by a few thousand doses per week. Next week, the state is expected to receive about 365,000 doses, 210,000 of which will be Pfizer, which is the only vaccine currently available to 16 and 17-year-olds. Moderna is approved for only those 18 years old and older. So here are some ways you can find a vaccine appointment. The Spokane Arena is open for appointments from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. tomorrow. The site also stays open until 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays now for those who can't make it during the day. They are aiming to give 2,000 vaccines a day. The arena site is only carrying the Moderna vaccine, by the way, which is approved for anyone 18 and over. Of course, that means 16 and 17-year-olds cannot get vaccinated at the arena site. The Washington Phase Finder website is now switched over as a vaccine finder site. You can now search your zip code or your county, and the site will give you a list of available vaccines nearby. You can also sign up for test notifications that will alert you when a vaccine is available near you. To sign up, or just text or call that number on your screen. All they need is your zip code, and then you are all set. There is also a Facebook page you can check out. Find a COVID shot WA that matches people with volunteers and prioritizes finding appointments for high-risk individuals. But the same volunteers will post links to alert group members when vaccine appointments become available. The group also has a helpline taking calls at area code 425-780-5785.
Now, having these resources is great, but we know it can be a lot to take in. That is why we have made it pretty easy for you. You can text the word vaccine to the number right there, 509-448-2000, and we'll send you info on vaccine appointments in the area. Well, the CEO of Pfizer is now saying a third vaccine dose will likely be needed. Albert Bourla told CNBC's Bertha Koobs that a third dose would be 6 to 12 months after someone is fully vaccinated. He says it would be necessary to combat coronavirus variants. Pfizer and BioNTech announced back in February that it would begin studying that third dose. We'll be tracking this story so you know and when vaccine recommendation changes do happen. Well, we're just getting started here on KREM 2 News. For the first time in nearly 4 decades, Spokane Public Schools is proposing major changes to school boundaries. We'll explain what they're proposing and why.
A bet is a bet. Baylor's flag now raised over Spokane City Hall. Before the NCAA championship, that game between Gonzaga and Baylor, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward and the mayor of Waco, Texas made a friendly wager. Whoever lost had to fly the winning team's flag over the losing team's City Hall. So there you go. We'll take a quick break. Well, you're not seeing that, but yeah, that's what happened. We're right back with more news after the break.